Welcome back, guys, to another SCPH replay. This time, gonna be a TVP. It's gonna be an interesting one because we got Mr. Dash back at it yet again. So here on the bottom right of Simulacrum, it is gonna be the red Protoss that is DemonDaSh. It's a little bit on the different marks. And in the meantime, here at the top left, it's gonna be the blue Terran, the very, very famous Barcode. So Mr. Panda, why do people use the Barcode name in StarCraft again?
Because people smurf in StarCraft too, apparently.
No, why Barcode? Like, why is it always Barcode as the thing?
Because
Like, it
the
used to be.
Korean players.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the Korean players. Was it because their characters couldn't be read or something? But I digress. I guess it just really is part of the StarCraft 2 culture. And anyway, TVP Simulacrum will be the name of the game. So we might not be seeing some early bases here. It will really depend in these regards, as this is going to be the SCV and the probe going for the face-off yet again. And Barcode setting things up pretty standard. Supply depot barracks looking to come online right here, right now. In the meantime, here for DemonDaSh will be holding close with his buildings. He's now actually going to be blocking the ramp for the Reaper. He will let that Reaper in with that jetpack. But basically right now he is looking to go for a more defensive stance. And what is really about hugging the buildings? What's the point of this, Mr. Panda?
Well, for the Protoss for hugging the buildings,
Yeah,
I
like
think
what?
it's because if the pilot's near the Nexus, it's going to spawn units faster. But right here, because if the pylon is a bit far off, there we go. If it's a bit far off, it's not going to spawn units faster for some reason.
Oh yeah, it
The
depends
Nexus
on the
acts
way.
like a gateway.
Yeah, it has to be either a gateway or a nexus. Another thing also, it does allow you to make your own funnels. Right now,
Yeah.
look at the positioning here. Look at this, a small little crevice for Mr. DemonDaSh. He can put the zealot, he can put it in the depth, make sure that is covered
Walled
up.
off.
And this will basically force Barcode to go around instead, to go to the other side.
Yeah, but-
So, it's a very defensive stance, basically, for our Protoss player. You can go for the offensive, put it all the way there, just block the Reaper. But if you're looking to prepare for something a little different, just like if this you think is the information is minuscule, then there is no need for that. Just be able to defend accordingly
Yeah.
onto your main. Because look at this,
Okay.
DemonDaSh is opening things up. He has a nexus, but he's not building any kind of wall. Usually you don't really wall like that as much compared to playing against Zerg.
I guess they're,
Yeah, it's still a choice to begin with. So instead, looking to protect his main because he's expecting Barcode here to send in Hellions to try and go for the Hellion run on in, able to get the cook onto that main base. This will force the Hellions to struggle to begin with. Natural will be protected by what units in position. The Stalker is gonna be there in this instance. But enough about that. We haven't really talked about Barcode. He does go for an early tech lab actually, and this is very reminiscent. I don't think we've seen the Reaper from him, and instead he's gonna
Yeah,
go
he
for that
didn't.
early cyclone into the command center. We go to base already, and what is the point of the cyclone all the way in the forefront?
because Cyclone can harass versus Stalkers and Zealots, and it can micro easily. So it's going to be a good harass unit, and at the same time it can scout, and it's going to be pesky. Usually when people rush Cyclones, you have to use a Phoenix to catch up to Cyclone, and they're fast buggers.
Yeah, and we are gonna see Barcode look to get that upgrade as well. Might be a pretty important one. Maglock Accelerator making those things even quicker, packing a punch. And right now, here we go with the Cyclones getting a lock on. DemonDaSh in the meantime going for the brawl, but the Stalkers are at a pretty big disadvantage because the lock on is pretty far off with that range.
Yep.
Right here, right now, DemonDaSh playing the defense, and Natural, of course, might be under duress sometime soon. But in the meantime, we are still gonna have a little bit of reprieve. Neither side really going for the big attack. Cyclones, of course, pretty expensive, so Barcode doesn't want to lose these anytime soon. In the meantime, the reinforcing the third to not be built anytime soon as well. And overall, this is going to be Barcode playing the slow game. He's looking for pokes, he's looking for free picks. But speaking of the free pick, it's DemonDaSh getting catch onto the Marine instead. And this is still going to be the ground taken by our Protoss player.
Yeah, man. If I was Dash right now, and I see like so many Cyclones being made, I immediately go to Phoenix because that was my initial answer before. But going Blink Stalker is just as good.
It does break the lock-on in the first place if you get out of range, but if you blink forward and the Cyclones get on the way, that is going to be a one-way trip to hell. Still though, more and more gateways being built, 6 gates already onto the main, plus the robo facility. We are going to get even more production here and now for our Protoss player. And this might be a 2-base all-in scenario here from DemonDaSh, because 8 gateways plus a robo facility, he might run out of resources if he keeps the production ongoing. But the important part of this will be the Warp Prism, all about getting the cycles on, all about getting the Warp Gate to keep on going and keep on punching. In the meantime, it has been a very quiet game. I think this has been the most quiet game we've had, Mr. Panda. We've only had action with Cyclones. Beyond that, that's it.
Nothing much. But that's 3 factories, by the way. This Terran player is gonna go mech.
Yeah, it's a very no, he's going bio with 3 factories.
Yeah, he's going bio.
He's going bio, Panda. But yes,
see those aliens? Those are bio units. What am I talking about?
Hey, they can turn into bio units. Come on, to be fair, they can turn into bio units, right? The Hellbats.
Yeah.
The Hellbats are bio. They turn into it was like a robot thing. But there you go, Hellion run on by, and DemonDaSh having a very substantial army. It really is going to be that 2-base all-in scenario. Marines trying to go for the fights, and siege tanks are there going for the shots, and oh shit, GG is called. DemonDaSh able to surprise no Marines apparently. It was the SCP playing the hero and the siege tanks going for the damage done. But yes, Barcode did not expect that. Beautiful strategy adjustment there from DemonDaSh. He saw the Cyclones, he was like, okay, this guy is not gonna let me get that third. This guy is gonna get in my way if I expand. So might as well build everything I can against the opposition and win. As soon as the Zealots and the Stalkers show up, Barcode's like, oh shit, I'm not ready for this. GG is called. The factories cannot produce fast enough, and Intimidation. Intimidation is the name of the game. DemonDaSh bearing his horns. And honestly, not much to analyze there in terms of what could have done besides a very simple fact here, Mr. Panda. What could Barcode have done? This is a very simple thing. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. What could he do?
He didn't scout properly.
No. Yeah, besides that, like one major thing he could have done.
Killed more probes?
Build more units. Come on, bro.
The thing is, he just transferred the factories, and more units were coming out, but it wasn't enough. The Barcode guy was thinking about harassing instead of just playing it defensively.
Yeah, macro. Look at the macro. Look at that. 46 workers.
He never reacted to like, oh, why is my opponent still on 2 bases? Like, it's the scouting factor that takes into play right there. Like, oh, why isn't my opponent going 3rd base? Where are the units? Like, something could be happening, but no, he just chooses to harass instead. He chooses the Hellions to scout with, but it was a downfall at that point.
Yeah, it's too late.
It was too late. And he even missed the Zealots that were clearly there.
Yeah.
See, because if you don't have map attention, if you don't have that scouting factor, you don't react properly, that's your downfall.
46 right there. And the supply depot earlier on from Barcode, it kind of put DemonDaSh in a state like that. It could have gone like, my second's gonna be late, so if I play a macro game, my third's gonna be late. But then again, Barcode also was late on his expansion, honestly. Like, DemonDaSh got the setup and everything. There was the scout from the supply depot, but beyond that, the Cyclones trying to poke, but beyond that, there's nothing else. I didn't see the Cyclones go onto the main base. And honestly, it was a quick decision there from Mr. DemonDaSh. He was like, okay, I'm gonna go for this. All in. Build all the gateways at the same time. Build the robo basically at the same time. And as soon as everything was ready to go, he went for it. He went for it. Very respectable there. And just the fact that Barcode did not even bother to check things up was his downfall. But he could have just built more units. He had 3 factories. Could have just built something in behind to protect. So it just wasn't enough. And yeah, way too imposing. Basically, if this was scouted, this would have been Barcode taking the win. Because I feel like he could have just hunkered down, especially with 3 factories. But if DemonDaSh, that's what a two base all in is basically is. If you surprise your opponent with your overwhelming numbers, that is the show. And that was a fun session. Welcome, welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to everyone who came in. That is gonna be a last one for the night. Mr. DemonDaSh getting the last show as well. Give him a round of applause and thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning on into this one.